Hey guys, my name is Nicolette Mashile. I am also known as the Financial Bunny. Welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about a little hack that I found out. And I mean, you may have found out before me, but if you have, please just bear with me and my little stories, right? Now, do remember none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please do speak to somebody that is certified and registered with the FSCA. So, remember a couple of months ago, I spoke about having some very weird Uber transactions on my credit card, and I went and canceled the entire credit card. But the problem is, once I canceled all of those credit cards, I was starting to get a lot of decline messages from FNB because obviously a lot of my transactions were actually linked to that. So a lot of my subscriptions were linked to that, and some of my debit orders were actually also linked to my credit card or my credit account, right? On one side of the story, it really helped because I was able to identify subscriptions which I had, and they were going through my bank account, and I didn't even realize that they were going through my bank account because some of the amounts are quite small. But what is small? Because 100 Rand is small maybe for FNB to send you a message, but it's quite a substantial amount of money, especially if it's going through your account for 12 months in a year. That's basically 1,200 that you have lost in the year that you could have bought shares. You could have done something with it, right? So on the one hand, yes, that was a great thing that I was able to identify. But on the other hand, I was struggling because now all of a sudden, all of my actual subscriptions that I wanted to keep and some of my payments, one actually very, very substantial one is my internet. So my Rain subscription was attached to that credit card. So I've had to obviously move everything now to the check card. So luckily, because my check card is also a chip card, I'm able to actually load it as a credit card on some of those subscriptions and some of those payments that I have to make every single month. But what I did not bargain for was this amazing thing that actually happened in my bank account, right? So, of course, every single month you've got your budget and there are things that you've got to pay for, right? So one of my biggest things when I still had the credit card, and I even knew the credit card number. I do have a new one, but I don't know this credit card number, so I never really use it, right? So when I had my credit card, what I would do is I would transfer a big chunk of my money so that I can swipe for my everyday things using my credit card. The reason for that is if I swipe for something and I decide that actually I don't want this thing anymore. It was easier to dispute on a credit card than on a check card, right? Don't take my advice. As I said, this is not advice. But basically, a credit card was a far more secure account than your check account, right? So I would move a lot of my stuff, but also I wanted to use it for building my credit score. Because when you have a credit card, it means that you have credit, right? Versus if you just keep using your check card, the bureaus can't see that you've got any history of having credit. So my credit card helps in building my credit score. So that's what I was doing. I was moving everything to my credit card and using my credit card to swipe. However, now that I had lost the credit card, or I basically removed it, I now was stuck using my check card, and it was irritating me. And I kept saying to myself, I need to move to the credit card. I need to move to the new credit card. But this new credit card number, it's just not coming together. My check card number, I now know because I had to replace my credit card with my check card. So now I know the check card number off by heart. So maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I was going through my my accounts. In fact, I was going through my accounts because of FNB pissing me off, but I've told you guys the story already. So I was going through my accounts. And then bam, my linked savings account, the linked savings account to my check card or to my check account had so much money. I could not believe it. I was like, wait. I've never moved this money to this account. And then I remembered, FNB has got a nifty feature called Bank Your Change. Basically, it helps you save while you are spending. And while you are spending, every transactional amount of money that you have spent, FNB will round it off to the nearest rand and stuff it into your linked savings account. Let me tell you, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. Because really, in reality, yes, look, it's still my money. But you gotta get motivated to do certain things. And one of the biggest things is that we struggle a lot with saving, right? We struggle a lot with saving because we think of this big chunk of money that must come out of your bank account. So for instance, if you want to save, and I mean, when I say a big amount of money that was in that account, I'm talking in the ranges of 5,000 rand that somehow Bank Your Change had managed to total itself to because of my spending, right? So essentially, think about it this way. If I were to take out 5,000 rand at the beginning of the month when I am doing all of my transactions, so one of the things we always talk about is pay yourself first, right? If I was to take out 5,000 rand and put it in a savings account, I will always remember that 5,000 rand is there, right? And it will be very difficult. Many of us do this where we put away a certain amount of money in the beginning of the month and then halfway through the month we're going to fetch that same 5,000. Or let me just take 2.5, just 2.5 is not bad. But essentially what this Bank My Change feature was doing is that it was saying to me, well, in essence, Nicolette, for every single time you spend, how about we stuff a certain amount of money? How about we bank a certain amount of money? And then when you have banked it, you realize that you can actually use it for something else. So I have now dedicated my Bank Your Change money to putting it into my Easy Equities account. And with my Easy Equities account, I then buy USD shares. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is really cool. Because either way, I'm going to spend. It's the end of the month. There are things I have to spend on. I have to pay my rent. I have to pay for certain subscriptions. I have to pay for my domains. So for instance, NicoletteM.com, financialbunny.co.za, cocomoneybunny.com, all of those domains, I have to pay for them. I have to pay for the websites. That's like 1 point something. That gets rounded off. It's 133 something that gets backed. Then it's my rate. It's like 999. 99 rand of that gets banked. That is so cool. My groceries sometimes totals like 4,000. That is like 400 that is put into my bank machine. I have to spend that money. It's not me being frivolous. I have to spend that money because that is part of my living expenses that I've got to pay for every single month. So that for me is like, hey man, this is really cool. Of course, I don't know if it works for debit orders. So these are like payments that I have to make. So debit orders, I'm not sure if it works the same because I don't know if a debit order is a transactional amount. But I think this is really nifty for myself. And I just wanted to let you guys know that in case, your credit card is no longer giving you what you want. So for me, it was building my credit score, which I've really done. I'm really happy about it. I use it for online purchases, which is really great because it's quick, it's fast. But for everything else, to help me save this amount of money so that I can invest for the amount that I want to invest. So I've got a new dividend strategy. There are certain ETFs that I need to buy so that I can get the same dividends. I think it's really cool that I don't have to feel like there is a pain of taking out a certain amount of money and putting it into Easy Equities. Now that money, it feels like it's free money. I don't know. It's some sort of, but it feels like free money. So try it out. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for everybody. Remember, you cannot be everything to everybody. And for me, this is amazing. So do remember, none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please speak to somebody that is certified to give you financial advice. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah!